In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Today it will be very, very, very light one. It's nothing hard, nothing difficult. It's some stories only, okay, about really very interesting period in our life as a priest, okay. But I will introduce that. To spend 40 days really in a monastery, it's too hard, it's too difficult. That's why I have to start in the beginning. How can anyone, like a priest, spend 40 days in the monastery without any preparation? We can't. That's why the preparations came from the beginning, when we were like youth or from high school. I had my servant. He became a priest. He's a priest now, like from 22 years ago. Okay, and he tried to push me when I was in high school to go to the monastery. And in grade, I think like grade 10, he told me, okay, let's go to the monastery together. You have to taste the monastic life, and you have to see how the monks they are living there. To be sure, if you're going to the monastery there, or here like for example here St. Anthony or in Texas or whatever, they are very good. But it's different spirit when you go to any monastery in Egypt. The foundation of the monastic life from the 2nd century to now, it's really very deep. That's why it's totally different. That's why I will start in first, what is the Coptic monasticism life? In 1 John 2:15-17, do not love the word or the things in the word. What is a monasticism life? It's not, I have to go to the monastery, that's it. No, it's a life. They reject all the monks, the people who go to the monastery. They reject everything in their life. I will tell you a story. I had a friend, and he was a physician. And he was really very good and very smart. And he decided to continue his life. And I told him, okay, what you will do? What you plan? He told me, okay, I have to continue my PhD, my master's, and I have to find a wife, and I have to do everything. This is my normal life. And he bought a new house, he bought a new car, and everything was good. And at that time, I was in Italy, and they called me, and he told me, you know what happened? Arseni now is in a monastery. And I was surprised because okay, as his normal life, what I saw, that he bought everything, he using the life as normal life. I'm searching for a wife, and he also too, he was searching for a life. Why he changed his life? No, he was preparing himself from 8 years. The monasticism life, or the idea to go to the monastery, didn't come to him just like in 1 minute, and he decided to go to the monastery. When I went to the monastery in St. Mina, and I met him, he told me, no, I was preparing myself from 8 years, and I was lying. I tried to tell everybody around me that I'm having normal life, a real life like you. I'm searching for a job, I'm searching for a wife, I'm doing that. And his spiritual father, he told him that, like, push him, like, no, buy a new car, buy a new house. And I told him why. I asked him after that his spiritual father, he told me like that. I tried to test him if he is attached to anything in the world or no. That's why he fulfilled only this verse. Do not love the world or the things in the world. He was not attached to anything. That's why he left. He left everything. He left his world, he left his family, and everything. The name of the monk, it's coming from the Greek word Monakos. What is the meaning of Monakos? It means lonely. To understand that, in the French it's moine. It's lonely. To understand this, if you want to be perfect, go sell what you have and give to the poor, and you will have a treasure in heaven. And come follow me. It's Matthew 18. This is what the monk is doing usually. The goal of true monasticism is continued life filled with prayer. A true monk is keep people to be with God. This is exactly what St. Arsenius said, the great had done. St. Arsenius, St. Arsenius, he was a teacher to the princes. and to the prince. That's why he left everything and he went to be alone in the monastery, and he preferred to be in silence with God. That's why he asked them saying, Father, why do you flee from us? This is St. Macarius said. He answered saying, the Lord knows that I love you all, but I cannot speak with God and people at the same time. This is why the spiritual elder, in his deep worldly expression, once said, the love of God made me a stranger to humans and their ways. Again, this is the principle of any monk. I'm doing this only to know where is exactly the monasteries. Some of you went to Egypt and know about that. Some of you know. Starting by Alexandria. Here is Saint Mina. Here, beside Cairo, the 4 monasteries in Wadi Natrun: Baramos, Soryan, and Babshoy, Abu Ma'ar. And you will be surprised that they are doing cross. They built the 4 monasteries on the cross shape. Then cross, number 1 is Baramos, then going to Abu Ma'ar, Soryan, and Babshoy. Here St. Paul, St. Anthony, Red Sea. Here St. Catherine. But St. Catherine is a Greek one. It's a Greek monastery, not Coptic Orthodox. Then here exactly there is St. Paul, St. Anthony. Here in Cairo there is many monasteries inside, like the old Cairo. Going to Upper Egypt, we can say there is hundreds of monasteries. Hundreds. One time I went to Upper Egypt, and we had a problem in the bus, and we stopped. And I found there is a dome, and I told the driver, can we go to this church? Then suddenly one he appeared to us, I don't know if it came from where. He told us, you know what, there is monastery there on the name of Hermina. I told him sorry, I have a book of all the monasteries there, and there is no monastery on the name of Hermina. I'm sorry, who is Hermina? Who sent Hermina? I don't know him. He told me, no, there is one here in monastery, and we have the key of the monastery. So what? You have the key of the monastery? Yeah, there is no monks, there is nobody in this monastery. That's why we have the key. I thought, okay, if you have the key, let's go. And we took all the bath, and we went to this monastery. It's far from for example, we take 30 minutes in the desert. And I think we entered to the monastery, and just we opened the curtain of the altar, we found a water on the altar. What's the meaning of that? When there is no mass, there is no liturgy inside the church, and we opened the curtain and we found water on the altar, it means there is the Suwah, the hermits or the Suwah, they came and they did a liturgy by themselves in this church. We closed again the curtain and we took the blessing, and that's it. There is hundreds. We don't know about it. There is hundreds. This has happened kida. We didn't prepare it. We didn't arrange it to go. That's why there is in Upper Egypt, there is a lot. For sure, the main one, we know that Maharra and Dronka for St. Mary, there is an Asyut, is here. And there's other many of for example, in Aswan, there is Al-Bahidra, for example. There's a lot. And my first experience was very bad with the monastery in St. Paul. That's very bad. St. Paul, it's a very, very poor monastery, and St. Samuel, okay, in Egypt, okay. My servant told me, okay, let's go. I was the first time in the high school, grade 10, too young. And he told me, okay, let's go to the monastery. We will spend 10 days at the retreat. I told him, are you sure that we will spend 10 days in the monastery? I was grade 10 and I know mama doing this for me, doing that for me, and everything is good, and I have my room and everything is arranged and I like that. Very good, okay. And I went to the monastery. We took a train, then another train, then another bus, then another car to go to the monastery in Red Sea. We tried to minimize the cost, okay. I paid at that time £10 only. Egyptian pound to go to the monastery. Yeah, like nothing. I was too young. That's why I have to pay less. Then we took around maybe more than 12 hours to reach the monastery. And there is a road from the highway to the monastery around 13 kilos. I never walked the 13 kilos. Every time my servant told me like that. Let's pray and do the glorification of St. Paul. And we start St. Paul and we found a car. Like, okay, are you going to the monastery? Inside, yes, okay, let's go, come with us. I never walked the 13 kilos. I never. Then the first time that I entered to the monastery, it was the night. And they took the dinner. And there is like around 80 or 90 from the youth and people. They are sitting to eat the dinner all together. And just I entered, the monk said like, okay, welcome to the monastery. Come to take the dinner. That's like that. And after we finish, my servant was named Rizq. Like I heard the monk said, Rizq, you and your friend go to do the vessels, to clean the vessels. I was surprised and I told my servant, he's talking to you or somebody else. Like he told me like, no, to me. Okay, very good. Who is your friend? Okay, it was night and I was very tired and I couldn't believe that. Okay, no, my friend is you. I told him like myself. Okay, very bad beginning. I told him, okay, what we have to do? No, it's easy. We'll take all the vessels and we will clean it. I told him, okay, there is like around 80-90 person here. You can believe, and you can imagine also that there is different culture between, for example, who is coming from Cairo and Alexandria, who is coming from Upper Egypt. Then there's different culture, different personality, different attitudes. And I was like surprised first time that I saw all these people, and I have to do all the vessels. Even in my home, I never did that. That's why the first time that I will take all the vessels and we have to go to do that. I was surprised, like, okay, Ali, yalla bina. Okay, خلاص, okay. I found like hundreds of the vessels. I took everything. Where we have to go? No, we have to go outside the monastery. Why have to go outside the monastery? There's a big bowl outside, okay, and inside this there's a bowl, there's a water, and I have to open robinet اسمها ايه بالانجلش؟ faucet. Oh, حنفية. Okay, the faucet. I opened that, okay, and I found that the water is coming too slow, and I was like shocked. You believe that I will do all these vessels by this water is coming too slow from here? Like he told me, yeah, as usual they are doing that. Oh my God, like I was shocked. The first time in my life I would do the vessel, and the first time in my life I do like hundreds of that, and in this coming small water coming from that. I thought, okay, let's start. Let's start. After exactly 40 minutes, they turn off the light of all the monastery, and I have to do everything by myself and my servant on the light of the moon. Oh my God! And I was yelling. I told him, I can't believe that. I have to go tomorrow back to home. I have to go to Alexandria tomorrow morning. Like he tried to calm me. Please. Okay, calm. Okay, حاضر. We will go tomorrow. حاضر, اهدى. I told him, no, I can't believe that. What we have to do, we're doing like hundreds, and we are tired. And we finish everything like around 11 p.m. I finished everything around 11 p.m. But just I went to my room. I prepared my luggage and I put it on the front of the door. I told him, tomorrow morning. Okay, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I will be outside the monastery. He told me, okay, please, can I ask you a favor? Okay, what is the favor? Tomorrow there is a monk, he's coming, he's a hermit. He's coming from the mountain, and he only will spend 3 days in the monastery. He always spend month or 2 months or 3 months in the mountain, and only he come only for 3 days and come back again to the mountain. Okay, what you want? Can we only meet him and then decide to go to Alexandria? Let's go to Alexandria, but after to meet him, please. I don't know, okay. This is only a favor, but for example, if he come at 8, I will meet him at 9, 10 I'll be outside of the monastery. I can't stay more than that. He told me, okay. No, don't worry about that. Let's do it like that. This agreement. I told him, okay. The day after, the monk came. We attended the liturgy. The monk came, and he went to his cell, and we met him. Like, my servant told me, okay, go to sit down with him. Sit down, take the blessing, and sit down with him, talk with him about anything. It's up to you. Just he sat down, like, I was looking to his face. I think I told you this in the last year when we went to Chalet de Rocher. I was sitting with him, and I spent more than 45 minutes without talking any word to him. I was looking only to his face. Like, he was looking to me sometimes, like he wanted to ask me, you want to say anything? Like, Allah, اتكلم. Like, I was looking only to his face. I don't know why he gave me that. He gave me that peace. He gave me, I don't know what is exactly. I saw the love in his eyes. Maybe I touched the love from his heart. Maybe I saw it. I don't know. But this is what I felt. That I spent only 45 minutes with him without talking. I was looking only to his face. And after I finished, he told me, like, after 45 minutes, finally, he told me, like, he opened his mouth, like, told me, Habibi, you want anything? And thank you, Abuna. Thank you. I'm very good. هو الراجل مستغرب يعني okay حبيبي okay. What's your name? I told him my name, like, okay حبيبي, God bless you, and that's it. Just I went outside, like my servant, like 45 minutes. What you said to him? Nothing. يعني nothing. What the meaning of nothing? 45 minutes for sure. You told him like a lot of things in your life. No, I spent only 45 minutes looking to his face. What? He sat down with him, and he finished after 15-20 minutes only. And just he came back to me. He told me, okay, let's go now to take our luggage and to go to Alexandria. I told him, like, why we have to go to Alexandria? Like, I was like, what? Yesterday night you are yelling and you are saying, like, you are said to me, like, you have to go to Alexandria. I want to go back. And I'm, me? No, I love the monastery. I love the monastic life. I love everything. I love this man inside. I love everything in my life. I don't know. He was like, خلاص هيجن. Like, this is what happened. This is the monastic life exactly. The reflection of sitting with God more than expect. More time. You will see how God changes the life of not only the person who is sitting with God, no, it changes the life of who is looking to this man. That's why Saint Moses, what happened to Saint Moses, like after he repented and after what he did, they wrote, I think, a word about him. Just when anyone look to Saint Moses, he will be a great man. He can convert from the bad to good. That's why this is what happened with me. Like someone, he spent more time with God, days and months with God only. Him and God alone. He was he reflects the God. He reflects the peace. This is one of a monk when I met in St. Paul Monastery. He had around 30 cats. Yeah, he served 30 cats. And he lived with the cats, and he had the names of each one. And just he called the name of one, like he'll come, please go now out and sleep. And he like, for example, they have one, I think Saddam. Yeah, on the name Saddam, now you have to go to sleep now. Okay, I found like the cat is big cat, like I go, okay. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but with his head, like, and go to sleep. I don't know how that. But really, it was a very good experience for me. And in the first day in my life, it was like first experience in the monastery. After that, I became a servant, and what our servant told us about the monastic life, we told our kids about that. And we took all the kids to the monastery of St. Paul again. And they learned a lot. They learned about that. To spend the time in the monastery, it's very important to spend time also with the monks, to see how to live with God. Look to this guy, to this monk, and look to his face. Look to his love, and you will see how really the meaning of the monastic life. You know what? Just I entered to the monastery. I love the first things that to go to the church to pray And after that, I have to go to this monk to give me a hug. This is my desire in my life. I feel really in the peace when I meet him. To go to the monastery, number one, spiritual direction. If you go to the inner monastery and without take advice in your spiritual life from any monk, it's nothing. Then you have to spend time with some monks to know how to live with God, the experience with God. Number two is spiritual conversation and action. I spend a lot of time and I see the monks, how they do with each other. Like how they react, how they answer, what they are doing. And I saw really the humility. This is one of the main things in spiritual life, their spiritual life. And the silence. Spend the time in the desert, on the mountains. It's really very, very different. When I was in St. Paul, one time, I decided to go on the mountain. And the problem that I lost my way. And this is, I told I was praying like, okay, this is my last day in my life. And I have to pray a lot because I lost my way really. I can't see the monastery. I can't see anything. Only the mountains surround me. And I was like surprised by that. I was like walking, I was praying and I was singing something like that. But what happened, like I didn't recognize that I lost my way. Okay? And I spent around an hour walking. And I think that what I did, I was praying only. I was crying in that time. Like, no, this is the last day in my last hour, maybe last 2 hours. And I don't know what will happen. And after that, I found a cave. And I go inside the cave. And I found there is some stuff from a monk who put everything, like his stuff in this cave. I told myself, okay, thank God about that. But maybe a monk, he will come later on. I don't know when. Just I entered to the cave and I sat down. And I was praying at that time because I was scared. I was really afraid from anything come, for example, from any, I don't know what will happen after. And it was like around 6 p.m. Then after 2 hours it would be the night. Then I would be alone and I don't know what would happen. After 1 hour, a monkey came to the cave. And just he entered to the cave, like he found myself like inside and, what you're doing here? Come here! I was scared more than like I saw a monster or what, I don't know what exactly. I lost my way. I wanted to go back to the monastery. He told me, okay, come with me. The last time to go to the mountain. That I got so harder. Okay, and really he came with me and we went back to came back to the monastery. But I saw in the cave really a very simple life. One of the monks who have I know very well from where he come from, and I mean, he didn't want that anyone know about his soul, what is existing inside his soul. That's why it's very important in the monastic life that's like every or all the monks have their own soul, and no one knew about that, about what is inside. And what I saw, it's only a very simple life, nothing. It's nothing. You're living in the mountain, that's it. And finally, from this experience, go through all my days, and finally, I don't know what happened, but I ordained. I was ordained as a priest. It was a disaster for me, but it's okay. It's a blessing. But after a lot of discussion I was with Abuna Anthony. By the way, I met Abuna Anthony before my ordination only twice. One time there's a convention, servant convention with Amba Yusuf, and I met him, okay, for 5 minutes. And the second time, Abuna Daoud Lamai came to Montreal. He was serving in Sainte Mary in Montreal, and I was serving in Saint George in Montreal. And what happened in Ottawa? With verse 5. He went to Saint George, and I went to Sainte Mary. And what happened, I met him when Abuna Daoud Lamai came, and I met him also for 5 minutes. When Abuna Daoud Lamai came to Saint George in Montreal, and I met him after the ordination. But we decided that we have to go to Baramos. This is our decision. That we decided we have to go to Baramos together, and that's it. And he went before me, and they were waiting me because they didn't want to start the training, we can say, if we can say the training, but the training without me. That's why we were 7 new priests, 2 from Canada, 1 from Greece, and 4 from Shobra al-Khema, Cairo. Okay, and the priest here, this is from Greece. This is our trainer, Abuna Wisa, and new one from Shobra Khema, Abuna Anthony, new one from Shobra Khema. There is two came after. This is my servant. The priest in the middle, then my servant. He is my servant. Just I came to the monastery, and he called me. I'm coming to you to pray with you. The problem is what? The problem that when just I entered to the monastery, I was not sure about I am a priest or I am not. I'm not sure. Okay, I wear a black now, but I'm not sure what is that. I'm not sure. The first liturgy, it was in the first day. For me, it was, and for Abuna Anthony also too, it was like surprise. Like we don't know what we have to do. Are we priests to pray on the altar, or we are a servant and we have to be as a deacon? We are not sure. That's why it was the confusion a lot. We were confused a lot about that. But there is a monk. He came to us in the first day, and he was beside us. And he tried to tell us, like, okay, Habibi, don't worry. You are now a priest. Like, I was like, really? Abuna, really? Yeah, Habibi, you're a priest now. You have to pray. Okay, go. What I have to do. Okay, me and Abuna Anthony, we were deacons. We knew everything. But in front of the altar, when we pray on the altar, it's different things. For the first 20 days, we didn't pray at the main prayer. What I mean in main prayer? Who give the offering of the sacrifice? Who is take the bread on his hands and doing the liturgy? We didn't make that. We didn't make that for 20 days. Why? Because they have to train us before. They have to train us about everything. We can't go and we have to have the holy body on our hands, and maybe we do a mistake. That's why they prefer to train us in first, and after the 20 days, we have to pray the first liturgy in our life. And I will tell you what happened the first liturgy in our life. Me and Abuna Anthony, it was good, but I will tell you what happened. Okay? Then we spent the first few days, we spent it all together. One of the monk came to us every night and every evening, noon and evening and night. Okay? And he had to train us about everything. And we have to learn everything in Coptic. We did the first liturgy, it was from A to Z Coptic. From A to Z by Coptic language. It's mandatory in Baramos. It's nothing like we can say, is this one for in Arabic? No, Habibi, ma yinfax. This is in Coptic. But during the first 20 days, me and Abuna Anthony, we met many monks together. And we sat down with one of the monks. He really very good. And I was very anxious about what the meaning of the priesthood. Okay, what I have to do? Like he told me, Habibi, the priesthood is very good for you. I told him, okay, but I can't see myself as a priest. What I have to do? He told me, Habibi, ma tkhafshi. You have to pray. Okay, I will pray. But what the meaning of priesthood? I wanted to know. He told me, okay, don't worry about that. I will explain to you the priesthood by 2 words. So the priesthood only by 2 words. Yes. Love God, love the people. Love God and love people. That's it. Love God from your heart and love the people as you love God. The same. That's why this is the main, we can say, he tried to resume or conclude the meaning of the priesthood by 2 words only. I was reading, there is a small book for Abuna Bishoy Kamel. He wrote what happened during the 40 days when he was after his ordination. And he went to Suryan. And he wrote everything, and I wanted to read about what happened during the 40 days for him. And I read something different, that he wrote that there is one of the monk passed away, and he attended the funeral, and he tried to explain his feeling about what happened, about the monks, and about the feeling of the monks, about the spirit, what happened during that. And I was really surprised, because it's really it was good for me, because I read how Abuna Bishoy Kamel spent 2 days during the funeral with the monks. For me, I saw him like he spent a good days, even the funeral for a monk. But I will tell you why. I just finished the book, and I went outside, and there's a monk met me. He told me, Abuna, there's one of our monks passed away. From where? I don't know from what the meaning of from where? From our monastery. And the funeral will be tomorrow. I was surprised because I just finished the book, and I read about that, and I asked God if there is possibility to attend a funeral of a monk, and after that, I found there's a funeral of a monk I attended the day after. And I was surprised. Just I entered to the church the day after, in the morning, after the Mass, after the liturgy. I saw all the monks laughing, smiling, and everyone for example, he shaking a hand, for example, I'll belak. Like, I was like, what? I was shocked. Because what I mean of that is he just passed away, and I have to. Do you know what? When there's a funeral, you try to draw on your face something like you're sad, something like that. And I'm trying to do that by myself. Okay, but just I entered to the church and I found all are smiling. Okay, me and Abu Anthony was like, what happened? There's something different, or it's different. Like we are crazy, or we are crazy. But this is what I asked one of the monk. He tried to explain to me. It's a wedding. One of the monk now he's going to the heaven. He's like a wedding, really. It's a celebration. They celebrate that his soul now left the earth and go to the heaven. That's why they celebrate their desire to go to the heaven. In the beginning, from the day one, they left everything in the world and they were looking only to the heaven. Only. That's why when someone he passed away, they celebrate that. I spent my birthday in the monastery. It was the 30th of October. And I tried to ask one of the monks to pray in a small church. It's Nim al-Husn. And no one pray in this church, only the elders of the monks. And I asked one of the monks to pray, and he told me it's absolutely no. And I accept that. No, okay. And on 29th of October, the same monk came to me. Okay, Abuna, tomorrow morning you will pray in the church of Archangel Michael. Oh my God! Abuna Anthony told me, Abuna, I will pray with you. Okay, I told him, okay, Abuna, and I will pray with you, with anybody. But for me, it was the best liturgy I prayed in all my life in this church. The problem is that there is many months I stayed with them, I spent time with them, and they try to explain to me how to live in my life, because it's a new life. I can tell you really it's new life. The new life of new responsibility, the new life of spiritual responsibility also too. Someone told me you will be a father. Yeah, our name is Father Markos, Father Anthony, Father whatever. But the problem is I didn't feel what the meaning of the father until after, maybe we can say after 8 or 9 months from my ordination. And I felt that really what the meaning of a father. If you have kids like you, you're not kids but you're youth, but you're kids, okay? But I feel how I love you a lot and how I take care about you. It's like my kids exactly. Like I have 2 kids, Roger and Aline, 5 years old and 2 years old, but the same, all the congregation like my kids. This is what I felt. And he tried to explain this to me, the monk. But I didn't recognize maybe that before. But I understand that after. Okay? One of the monks told me, try to read a book of St. John Chrysostom about the priesthood. And unfortunately I read it. Yeah. It was so hard and difficult. Not difficult in words. But difficult how he tried to explain how the priesthood is very difficult. And how is the responsibility of that priesthood. And how God will judge him direct. Because he's responsible on all the congregation. That's why I prefer to not read it in the monastery. Because after I read it, I went to this monk. I told him, okay, can I change my mind? Or that's it. It's a final decision. And he told me, no way. That you have to pray a lot to take the blessing from God to help you in your service. And this is what we are doing. We have a lot of maybe problems. We have a lot of issues. We're trying to do that. We have to do that. But what we are doing, it's only we are taking care about the people, but by the blessing of God. How? If there is something happen, for example, in the church or for whatever who, what I'm doing, I'm asking God His help. On the altar, I want to tell you something happened with me. There's one guy, I tried to call him by phone maybe, and I tried to meet him like maybe around 9 to 10 months. And he didn't accept anything. He didn't listen to me at all. At all. And I think that I'm praying every day, and I put his name on the altar. I'm asking God His help. After 10 months, I was in the church, in the Bascha. And in the Bascha, I don't like to open my phone. Okay, I'm reading everything from the book. I don't want someone to disturb me or something like that. But suddenly I opened my phone and I found this guy. He was calling me. And I decided to go outside the church to answer, which is not normal. I can cancel him and I answer, but I told myself like, okay, let's answer. And I went outside the church and I found this guy outside the church. He was calling from outside. And I told him, why you are here and you're calling me? He told me, I was calling you, and I told myself, if Abuna came out, I will go to the church and I will enter to the church and pray. If not, I will not come to the church again. It's something so weird, but what happened. And I told him, okay, what you want now? I tried to call you maybe 10 months. He told me I wanted to confess. I was surprised. Like, I didn't make any effort from myself. For example, to talk to him about God, about how to come back. And this is what I read in the books. Like, I have to go to the people. You have to invite them to the church. And this did not happen at all. And I spent an hour and a half with this guy in the confession. Okay, between hour and a half and 2 hours. And after he finished everything, I told him, can I ask you why you came alone? Or you come by yourself? Or how you come to the church? He told me, what I did, it's only someone like calling me in my eyes or my mind, I don't know, go to the church now, and if you will meet Abuna, you have to confess. That's it. And I took my car, and I come to the church, and I called you. That happened. And after we finished the day, I entered to the church again in the altar, and I was telling God, seriously, I was wonder what you are doing. We are doing a lot of effort to invite the people to the church, but it's not necessary. We have to do, but it's really your effort. This is what you have to do. This is your job, and this is exactly what He's doing that with everybody. One time, I had a problem in a service, and it's too hard and difficult. And I tried to solve this problem by myself for a month. And after that, I was overwhelmed. I was مش قادر. I went to the church. I entered to the altar. And I had my hat, العمة. I put the العمة on the altar. And I take off my cross and I put it on the altar. And I have my cross, my hand crossed in my hand. I put it on the altar. I told him, okay, this is your job, not mine. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. This is agreement between me and between you that you have to work. That's why. What happened that between 2 or 3 days, the problem was solved. But he tried to send me a message. It's not by your work, by your effort. It's by my effort. Try to work, yes. But keep God inside any problem to help you. Keep God inside that problem and give Him the hand to work. Give Him a space. The problem that we are doing a lot of things by ourselves, by our effort. And nothing happened. Yeah, because we have no time to give God a space to work. If you want to go really to the monastery, you have to go to the desert and you have to see the meaning of the desert and the meaning of the silence with God. It's different. During the 40 days, we spend the 40 days together, me and Abuna Anthony. My responsibility is to wake up at morning early, at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30. And I have to go to inside the monastery, because our building for the priests, it was outside the monastery. Then I have to walk around 20 minutes to the monastery to bring the Urban for the liturgy again. And the liturgy, we are praying as the new priests in this building. Then I have to go and first to bring the Urban and come back again into the building to pray. This is one. The first 3 days, I was afraid. It was scared. Like at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was dark, and I was walking, and I was praying like the psalms, okay? And there is a dog beside me. Suddenly, he came to me like, and I was really scared, okay? And I made a cross. I made a cross on him, and I was looking to, okay, I'm not sure what I have to do now. Like I stopped it for a minute. Then, okay, I'm a priest and I have to pray. Then I told myself that, okay, I think the dog will kill me or do something like that. But anyway, I ran. Because I couldn't stand in that moment. The monk told me something, one of the monks. Never be afraid when you have Jesus Christ inside you. Nothing makes you afraid. Nothing makes you scared. You have Jesus Christ inside you. When I was young, something happened in Egypt. One of the monks sent to us a woman. She converted from Islam to Christian, and he sent it to us in Alexandria. And she spent time with us in a building of the church. And suddenly, I think something like the RCMP here, something in Egypt. Okay, they took her to the jail, and there is a lot of problem, and I was scared from that because maybe because my name was in the file of this woman. Then that's why I was scared. Maybe they will take me also to the prison or something like that, or the jail. I was scared, and after 6 months, I went to the monastery and I met the monk, and I told him the story because he sent us this woman. Okay, and I told him I was scared. He was screaming. What's the meaning you are scared? Scared from what? You have Jesus Christ in your heart. This monk is very quiet, it's very calm. But he sent me another message also too. Why you have to be scared? You have Jesus Christ inside you. And this is exactly what, when we saw, for example, the martyrs of Libya, they were not scared at all. That's why they have Jesus Christ inside them. In the 40 days, by the end of the 40 days, we prayed together. And we have many from the priests, different cultures. The 7, because they are different. The Greek one, or from Greece, he's Egyptian, but he's from Greece. And the 4 from Cairo and 2 from Canada. Till now, we are friends all together. The last time when I went to Egypt, I spent the time with them. It really was really, they serve a lot. And they have a lot of things to do in Cairo. But I can tell you a funny story. And I told some of you like that. In the first day, first or second day, I had a sensor. I think Abunat also said the story before. I had a sensor, and I like the sensor a lot because this is the first time that I do the sensor, move the sensor like that. And the church was very small, too small. And I like the first time that I had the sensor, I moved the sensor. Oh wow, it's good, good. But then I move it more. Ho, the second time the sensor all الفحم اللي كان موجود جوه السنسور كله on the earth. And I tried to collect all, and my galabiya and my tonia, the white one, was burned. And I was very, very upset from that, because this is what I ordained by. Baba Tawadros, he ordained me by this tonia. And I was very, very upset and sad from that. Like then, one of the priests told me, there is someone here, inside the monastery, can repair your tonia, easy. I thought, really? Then I went to that, And I told him, can we prepare that? He told me, okay, I will change all of that, of this one I will prepare for you, don't worry about that. But when you will give it to me, I will give it to you by the end of the day, tonight. Really? I will pray by this Tonya tomorrow? Yes. Okay. Then I came back to Abuna Anthony, me and Abuna, the other Abuna, and we went to Abuna Anthony. I told Abuna Anthony, what you did, what you would do for the Tonya? I don't know, Abuna, it's very bad. And I had an idea. Okay, me and Abuna, as the other Abuna, and I don't know, Abuna, what we'll do, but really, I'm very, very, very sad from that, upset. I don't know what I have to do. Then Abuna, the other Abuna told me, Abuna, you know what? If you pray a lot, God will help you, and God will repair the Tonya for you. Like Abuna Anthony was like, what? Abuna, are you believe that? You believe that like that God will send an angel, for example, to prepare your Tonya? It's crazy, Abuna. It's be realistic, Abuna. I told him, Abuna, you are Abuna now, and you have a faith, and your faith now is to believe that God will help in anything, even in small things. Abuna, you were an engineer, okay, and you know very well. Be realistic. God will never help you in that. How you believe that? Then the other Abuna told me, Abuna, if you pray a lot and if you have a faith, tomorrow morning you will see how your Tonya will be well prepared. I told Abuna, okay, Abuna, I will pray with you tonight, and God will do everything well for us. Abuna Anthony, like, he was looking to us like, okay, you are crazy. Okay, go away from me. Like, okay. And in the morning, I bring for sure my Tonya. It was very good. Perfect. And before we were praying, I told Abuna, look into my Tonya. It's well, it's very good. Nothing inside, nothing burned inside. Like Abuna told me, okay, this is not your Tonya. I thought, no, this is my Tonya. This is what Ambata was ordained by. Okay, they have to believe that. Then other Abuna, yes, I know this Tonya. I saw him yesterday. Which is why it was burned. Oh, Abuna, you prayed a lot. Thank God. I was like, Abuna was like, oh, I'm a sinner. Sorry, Abuna. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. I didn't believe that you can pray and God will help you in that. I don't know that this really will happen. Then, like all the liturgy, we pray the liturgy together, the three priests. And after we finished, Abuna Anthony was very, very, very sad because he believed that he didn't pray a lot and he didn't accept what we said to him. And he had no faith about that. Then after we finished the liturgy, khalas, and just I told Abuna, now you believe how God he can do even the small things. Like Abuna, and he told me, yeah, Abuna, I believe that. I believe, yeah, I'm a sinner, Abuna, I'm a sinner. Sorry, Abuna. I have to believe. I have no faith, Abuna. I'm just a beginner in my spiritual life. I told Abuna, okay, Abuna, don't do that again. But remember that there is somebody here in the monastery can repair your Tonya easy. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean about that? No, just Abuna. I went yesterday to this guy to give his Tonya. I give him my Tonya, and he already repaired my Tonya and came back with that Tonya. This is what happened. I can't continue what happened after. I can't. By the end, the conclusion, the spiritual life, it's so easy, it's so simple. It's not complicated. We have fun. We enjoyed our life. We enjoy everything. But still we love God a lot, and our spiritual life, it's very simple. It's not complicated. We remember God every time. This is what we have. I have to ask you now. It's not because we spend the 40 days in the monastery we have to do that like us. No. And never, for sure, we can't do like the monks, for example, in the monastery, they are praying 24 hours or they are doing a lot of things. Okay, no, we can't do that also too. But we have another things, earthly things I know here, but we have to do it. This is our life, but we have to enjoy it. At the same time, I have to remember God, and I have to remember His name, and I have to remember His name in my lips. Like Jesus Christ prayed, for example. Pray a lot. Try to remember His name and try to grow in your spiritual life. We are now, like in age about 19, 20, something like that. We have to grow. We can't compare ourselves by, for example, kids in spiritual life. No, we have to grow up in our spiritual life. Glory be to God forever, amen.